How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. The last video we put on of the 6x10 box trailer camper was the awning. Well, when I put the awning up, I had to take my light down because the awning actually covers it up. So today, what I'm doing today is I'm going to be patching that hole up and putting my new light on. I got to move that light down so it doesn't rest up against the awning. So that's our job for right now. That's what we're going to be taking care of. And I'll show you a plate that I've made to put over top of that to kind of just cover up the hole. And you know, when you're doing these builds, if you don't think you're going to make mistakes, you got another thing coming. You're going to have mistakes all throughout your build. So try to plan ahead, especially with that awning. So let me show you the plate I'm going to be using. Now, when we was taking the old light down, the old porch light, I had used silicone on the back of it, and guess what? It tore the light up. It really ripped it up. But anyhow, if you see, this plate here has the same holes as the light. If you was to stick it on there, it'd be the same thing. But this is the plate I'm going to use to cover up them holes. We're going to put some lap seal on the back side of this and put 4 little screws in it, and we'll have the old hole covered up, and then we just got to drill and put our new light up. Now, I don't know how many of you are actually working on the campers, but this lap seal is really, it's called lap sealant. It's really good stuff. So that's what we're using to put behind the light up on the top, to seal that up. It's really good stuff, that lap sealant. So now what I'm going to be using here is some stainless steel screws. We're going to put 4 stainless steel screws back in the same holes where the light was. So I got a little bit of that lap sealant. I just put it on there. Start them in their holes. Once you get 2 started, you'll be all right. Okay, that plate should be on there. Should never have any problem with that leaking. I wasn't crazy about putting a patch on there, but I gotta do what I gotta do to seal that up and move that light down. Now, it don't look the best on there, but it's sealed up. And one nice thing is the awning does cover that up, so you can't see it until the awning is open. But it also keeps it from getting moisture behind there too. But we did put the lap seal in there and the stainless steel screws. It should be good. Now I'm going to go inside, figure out where I want to drill my holes out through to put the light on. What I'm doing is sticking that lap seal on the screw when I screw it in. On the threads. That way it seals that hole up good too. Now I'll take a little bit of lap seal and go around the outside of it just in case. I don't want no leaks. Now what I did is I put the lap seal all the way up both sides and across the top and down this side, but I didn't put any lap seal on the bottom. That way if any water does get inside there, it'll be able to drip out the bottom of that. Now the only thing I got left to do is go ahead and hook the wires up to it and see if it works. Hopefully it works. I didn't even try it. Okay, my porch light is now wired up and works. So this is going to work out really nice. You can actually reach it really easy from the door if you need to shut it on and off. But I also have a switch inside that I can switch my light off from inside. I can turn it on and off from inside or outside. So now we got the porch light wired up. We're in good shape. Now we got a few more little things to do and we'll be just about ready to go. I still got to do solar on this roof. I'm just waiting for the right time to do it. Okay, we got the light all wired up. I was just in here putting some little eye hooks back in these cupboards, and I got a big jar of these little bungee cords. They're wee little ones. They're not very long. Let me see what size they are. Just short ones. Minis. They're called minis. Mini bungee cords. You get 20 of them in a little container. But I wanted to put some little, I put some little eye bolts, just little eye hooks right here. You can see a little eye hook. Just putting them in the back here and stretching these across, because I think a lot of people don't realize when you're traveling how much that stuff in the cupboards move around. And I don't want it coming out and hitting the floor, so I just going around putting these little straps up, and I think they're going to work out pretty good. As you can see, I did this one over here too, working on that one right there. You can see I got them, and that'll keep like your canned food and stuff from pushing against the door, falling out on the floor. So just a little precaution. So I'm putting them in there, just make sure everything stays where it's supposed to. Well, I went and picked me up a spare tire for the camper. It's a 205/75 R15 tire, wheel and tire. I picked this up at Tractor Supply. I think tax and all about $160. I'm not sure whether that was a good deal or a bad deal. Say it's a trailer tire, but what I want to do is make sure that it fits on my camper. I don't want to get out along the road and then find out it doesn't fit the camper when I get out there. Now, I'll be showing you some other stuff I'll be taking on my trip when I go, which I have actually a tire plug kit to take with me, a small air compressor, the lug wrench, everything I need to change this tire or plug it out on the road. That way if we get stranded somewhere, at least ways we'll be able to do something to try to help ourselves get out of a jam. So I'm going to go ahead and try this tire out. I got to find my socket here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to break this wheel loose and go ahead and try it out just to make sure. I mean, I'm not a tire guy. I don't know much about them. I do know that you need a spare, you need a spare. I do believe this thing's going to fit, but might as well try it before we go. This tire is exactly the same size. It's a 205/75 R15. This one's a 205/75 R15. Both of them is exactly the same. It seems like this one's taller. I don't know. That one may have less air in it. I'm not sure. But it fits on there perfect. So we'll keep this as a spare for our trip. No problem there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other tire. I'm going to check the air pressure in it and make sure it's okay. I like these tires better than I do them for some reason. So if you want to know how much air pressure goes in your tire, just look on the side of your tire. It'll say how much air pressure. These take 50 pounds. And I'm running at about 40. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more air in them. Okay, I'm going to run about 48 pounds of pressure in that tire. It says 50, I'm 2 pounds below. That'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and put the tire back on. This one will be good. I'll check the other tire, make sure the air pressure is good on that. And we're going to make sure we grease this thing before we take it out. Anytime you guys are putting a tire on your trailer or car or whatever, and you're going to be using an impact wrench, make sure you spin those lug nuts on a good ways before you start using your impact. You certainly wouldn't want to cross thread these and then try to get one off on the highway. It probably wouldn't do you any good. Now after I get done using the impact, I always take a breaker bar and make sure you go over these and they're good and tight. You wouldn't want one coming off going down the road, that's for sure. Now since I've already just checked that one, took it off, checked it, I'm going to go over there and tighten the other one too. On the other side. All right, so now we got a good spare for our camper when we go on our trips. I got the porch light up. We got the awning on. I did spray up the tongue. I cleaned the tongue up and painted it. Had some rust on it. Everything is starting to look pretty good. Me and Julie actually been working a little bit on the inside here. As you can see, we got all the turn some lights on. We got all the mattresses and everything out. She's making all new sheets for the bed. So pretty cool. We got a couple little things to do in here. She's going to come in here later. I don't know how or why this cracked up here on the top. You can see a little crack up there. But she's going to fill that in and fix that. Make sure that's all good. So we're doing pretty good. We're just about ready to kick this thing off. So I got a little bit of alcohol on this rag here. I got a couple reflectors I'm gonna stick on here. I don't think you could ever have enough light or some type of reflector, so I'm gonna throw an extra reflector on each side. I bought these little reflectors. They're just little reflectors, and I thought maybe two of them, one on each side, just to give it a little bit more. In case something would happen even to the lights, we'd have some more, something to reflect back here. So. And I'll do one on the other side, same way. And like I said, that's just going to help for if something happens, we'll have a little extra reflection back there. Okay, I got one on this side, and I got one over there, both in the same place. I think it's going to be pretty nice. All right, I had two extra ones, and I just figured I'd put them down at the bottom down there, just to give us as much reflection off the back of this thing as we could. Okay, what I'm going to be working on right now for the camper is, this is my antenna pole. Look how rusted up it got. So I found an old piece of, this is a piece of aluminum off of a table. I'm not sure whether it's going to be heavy enough or whether it will even fit inside my holder out there, but we're going to give it a try. If worst comes to worst, we'll have to sand this guy down and put some paint on it, because we don't want it looking like that when we're out on the road. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop a piece of this thing here off and see if it fits in my holder. This rail is pretty thin. I'm not sure whether it'll work or not. We'll give it a try. Well, that piece will not fit in my holder, but I do have this piece here. I may give it a try. We'll just tack it off there, and we'll give it a shot. I know it'll fit in there, but will our antenna hook to it? I don't know. Okay, that little pole working just fine on there. It's nice. It's aluminum. It's not going to rust. One of these days, you can see the bracket underneath there. It's rusting up. I wish I could do aluminum welding and stuff like that. Maybe one day I'll be able to do that and make some of that stuff out of aluminum so it doesn't rust. Otherwise, I got to get that thing painted up too. Not too long before it rusts up too much. But the pole, that's going to work. That aluminum won't rust. Well, everything's coming along pretty good so far. We just got little things here and there to do. We've been having a hard time with the, been wanting to get the solar panels on, but every single day they're calling for rain, or every other day they're calling for rain. And I'd like to have at least 2 good days of dry weather so we could get the solar panels put on and get everything to dry up good. So hopefully in the near future we can get this solar on before we take it out, but I'm not sure whether it's going to happen with this weather. So that's just some of the little things we've been tidying up on the camper. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment if you'd like. Till next time.